Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about all the role and skill about Avatar Reckoning game. This game is one of the best open world that level infinite develop. Okay, let's start our video. First role is Sentinel. This role is abilities increase max HP 10% and defense increase 10%. And its traits are defeat any enemy within 10 range, restores HP equal to 240% skill power. Let's check out what skill this role have. First skill is called Sticky Spike. It's a common skill. This skill allows you to throw a sticky spike to the designated location, which explodes upon contact with the hostile or ground, dealing damage to enemies within 9 meters. Also, it attaches to the first enemy it contacts, then explodes again, damaging enemies within 6 meters. The second skill is a core skill called MED5 Stim Pack. It's a buff that allows you Shield injects a special hormone that raises max HP and restores HP, increases movement speed, strengthens melee attacks, and resets the cooldown of common skills, then gradually restores max HP during duration. Third skill, Defense Armor. It's a common skill, unlocks at level 7. This skill allows you to obtain defense armor and deals damage to enemies within 5 meters upon a certain amount of damage absorbed, also stun enemies within 10 meters if the defense armor is broken early. The fourth skill is also a common skill called Power Blast. It unlocks at level 9. This skill release an EMP at current location, restore armor, and release a Power Blast, dealing damage to enemies within 7 meters and silence them. At level 10, the second core skill that unlocks. Its name, Defensive Shield. This skill place a huge shield-like particle shield in front of you, and also your allies can get a damage boost after passing through the shield. Sixth skill, Collected Defensive Field. It's a common skill that unlocks at level 11. This skill place a defensive field on ground which creates a semi-circular field with a radius of 4 meters. At level 13, unlocks another common skill. It's the seventh skill called Valiant Charge. This skill launch a medium to long range charge forward, knocking back and damage enemies in your path, gain damage reduction during the charge. Eighth skill. This skill called Berserker Leap. Also a common skill that unlocks at level 15. This skill allows you to dash and jump to a mid-range position, dealing damage and stun enemies within range, with additional slowing and grounding effects. SCM device, that's the ninth skill that unlocks at level 16. Also the third core skill. This skill throw a superconducting magnetic device at the designated location, creates a magnetic field that deals continuous damage to enemies within 7 meters, slows them down and keeps pulling them toward the center. When the magnetic field ends, deals high damage to enemies within range. Let's move to Gunner role. Second role is called Gunner. Gunner abilities gives you firepower increase 5% and weak point damage increase 11%. And traits are, shooting enemies that are 15 away will mark them. Defeating marked enemies restores 120% to 360% skill power as HP, with greater effectiveness at longer distances. Let's check out what skill this role have. Gunner first skill called Concussion Grenade. It's a common skill. This skill allows you to throw a concussion grenade that explodes after a short time, damaging and dazing hostiles within a medium range. Gunner's second skill is a core skill. Its name, D22 Robot. This skill let you summon D22 Robot that inherit certain attributes and prioritize attacks on marked targets. The drone shoots enemies with a machine gun and periodically fires rocket. Third skill is a common skill, unlocks at level 7. It's called Explosive Ammo. This skill use explosive ammo. Subsequent shots will increase your own crit rate and will explode on a crit hit, dealing additional crit damage to a small range of enemies. Can trigger one time every 0.5 seconds. Fourth skill is also a common skill, unlocks at level 9, its name, M158 Minigun. This skill give you a M158 minigun and continuously fire with unlimited ammo at hostiles in the mid to long range. During this time, you can only move at medium speed and are immune to control effects. Tactical Eyepiece is the second core skill that unlocks at level 10. This skill activates Tactical Eyepiece, which scans and marks all hostiles within an area. Accuracy, shooting damage, and weak point damage increase while in this state. Sixth skill unlocks at level 11, it's a common skill called Tranquilizer Ammo. This skill allows you to fire a tranquilizer ammo that releases hypnotic spray at the target's location, dealing damage while putting the enemy in range to sleep. At level 13, another common skill unlocks. Its name is Proximity Grenade. This skill let you to throw a proximity grenade that explodes when hostiles approach, damaging and knocking them back. Each grenade has a maximum delay of 30 seconds before exploding. Eighth skill, also a common skill, unlocks at level 15 and it's called M62 Flamethrower. This skill give you a flamethrower to shoot flames, dealing damage and burn all targets within range, during which the character can move slowly and is immune to control. At level 16 Gunner, third core skill unlock, its name is A07 Drone Strike. This skill call a swarm of small RDA drones to repeatedly bomb the marked area, dealing massive damage and ignoring cover. Thirdly come Technician. Technician abilities are, increase skill power 5% and increase cooldown reduction 3.5%. Its traits are, when defeating enemies affected by their own debuff, self, or summoned units, restore 170% asterisk skill power as HP. Let's check out what skill this role have. Its first skill is L34, a corrosive gas, a common skill. This skill release a gas cylinder will explode on impact, releasing a corrosive spray that causes continuous damage to enemies within range and stacked with slowdown effects. Second skill is a core skill called Hologram, Titanothere. This skill allows you to summon one Hammerhead Titanothere. It has a variety of attacks such as slowing down, destroying defenses, and knocking back targets. When leaving battle, it deals high damage and applies slowing effects to a wide range of enemies. Only one hologram creatures can exist at a time. At level 7 a common skill unlocks. Its name is Smart Shrapnel. This skill let you fire a smart shrapnel to an enemy, deals damage, and increases damage taken. The shrapnel ricochets to another hostile within 8 meters. All damage comes with a short stun effect, but damage is reduced after bouncing, can ricochet up to 5 times. Fourth skill unlocks at level 9. It's also a common skill called Hologram, Dodiapede. This skill allows you to summon one Dodiapede. The Dodiapede attacks surrounding targets with claws and beak. When leaving battle, it restores surrounding allies' HP and briefly boosts their HP steal ability. Only one hologram creatures can exist at a time. The second core skill of Technician unlock at level 10. Its name is Shock Sap. This skill let you to throw a parsing device forward that parses nearby enemies, dealing damage and weaken their defense. It constantly stacks parse on enemies, with the effect increasing as more stacks are inflicted. Sixth skill is a common skill that unlock at level 11 called Boost Parser. This skill place a boost parser, which continuously boosts allies' movement, damage, and other abilities in a wide area. The higher the stacks, the stronger the bonus effect. Seventh skill is another common skill that unlock at 13. This skill name is Hologram, Viper Wolf. In this skill you can summon 2 Viper Wolves. Viper Wolves are aggressive and fast, they bite and bleed the target. When leaving battle, it deals a devastating blow to its current target. Only one hologram creatures can exist at a time. Another common skill unlock at level 15. Its name is L27W Flash Powder. Gas bottles will explode on impact, causing damage to enemies within a medium range, and releases blocking powder that causes the target to have reduced healing effects and defense, and will produce a high lumen flash, causing the target's shooting accuracy to drop dramatically for a short time. At level 16, the third core skill unlock. It's called P12 Toxic Gas. This skill allows you to throw a gas canister at a target and continuously releases paralyzing substance extracted from Banshee of Paradise. Deals a small amount of damage to the target and stacks immobilization every second. When immobilization reach 4 stacks, paralyze the enemy and deals high damage. This is the last role Avatar Reckoning have. Specialist abilities are, increase skill power 5% and increase rescue speed 10%. And it traits is, when successfully finishing an enemy, restores 400% skill power of HP. After successfully rescuing an ally, restore 20% energy. Let's check out what skill this role have. The first skill is Bionic Swarm. It's a common skill. This skill launch a compressed hive bomb. It releases a bionic bee swarm on impact to continuously inflict damage on enemies within a 10-meter range. Second skill is a core skill and its name Amp Zone. This skill placing Amp Zone applies Shadow Mark to shots that land, ensuring crit hits and boosts firepower and skill power of all allies within range. Third skill unlocks at level 7. It's a common skill called Medical Device. This skill place a medical device on the ground that restores HP to the ally with the lowest HP percentage within 15 meters. At level 9, another common skill unlock that is D12 Turret. This skill places an RDA D12 turret that automatically shoots enemies with a small machine gun. If there is a target marked by Phantom within 30 meters, the turret will fire small missiles at it to attack. The second core skill unlock at level 10. This skill called Emergency Airdrop. This skill allows you to call in an emergency drone airdrop that fully restores ammo and a high portion of armor to all squad mates within 15 meters. The drone confers a movement speed bonus and continuously restores armor until it leaves. Sixth skill is Optical Camo. It's a common skill that unlocks at level 11. This skill enable Optical Camo. While the skill lasts, damage and movement speed increases, and first shot will be a critical hit and will apply Phantom Mark to target. Seventh skill is another common skill called Frag Blast. It unlocks at level 13. This skill fires a frag blast from the rocket launcher you carry, hitting an enemy or colliding with it to inflict damage and knock them back within a 10-meter range. 8th skill also another common skill that unlock at level 15. It's called Auto Resupply. Place an ammo box on the ground to restore ammo and boost firepower for teammates within 15 meters per second. And the last skill is a core skill called Tremor Grenade. It unlocks at level 16. This skill allows you to throw a tremor grenade, dealing damage to enemies within 10 meters upon collision, dealing additional damage if the enemy is armored. It generates a shock force field to damage and reduce the healing effect of enemies within range. Enemies will be stunned if they leave the area.